All right, so we can call this
I'll let
meeting
everyone
to
know.
order. Uh, First off, before we start and get on to public comments, congratulations to Jackie Glasheen for her recent promotion to assistant. That's awesome.
Thank you so much, Mark.
Wish you luck. I'm sure you'll do
Thank
great.
you. Say a lot of prayers. I already called the new pope. I need a lot of help.
He did mention that in his speech.
No,
Great.
I'm
I just want to
actually,
say Counselor Jordan just got here too, so I'll promote him.
Okay.
Thanks, Counselor.
Were there any public comments, any emails, or anyone wishing to speak? No. Okay, so we can move on to Josh Luttrell.
All right, so our first order of business is to vote on the April 10th minutes. Could I please get a motion?
I can make a motion.
I'll second it.
Yeah.
All right, and by show of hands, please. All right, taking a picture here. All right, thank you. On to our second item here. We have updates for you on construction admin progress and schedule. I'm going to hand it over to Chris for this.
All right, thanks, Josh. I'm gonna share my screen. Um, and then we can talk about a few things. And let me know when you can see that.
All right, we can see it.
Perfect. So a lot of it's just continuing on with the various items that have been discussed over the past few meetings. We are continuing to review the RFIs and submittals that the contractor is submitting. Happy to say that the submittals and RFIs have dropped off drastically as we're about 7 weeks away from substantial completion and they're wrapping up work. But there is still a lot of work ongoing. They're maintaining 100 to 120 people on site on a daily basis. Everything from site work to finish, paint, tile, everything that goes inside. We are continuing to review any of the contractor PCOs that have been submitted for changes in work, things that have come up related to coordination and just the standard construction process. We continue to do weekly reviews of construction work and progress, ensuring compliance with the contract documents and design, and then preparing reports that and then get issued to the building department. Construction activities. So as I mentioned, site contractors has remobilized. Currently, they've put down their binder course of pavement around the building. They'll be doing their finished paving sometime in late June. They're currently installing curbing around the building and drives. They're preparing sidewalk areas for concrete pours, etc. Working in the Alt 1 area for the access drive and grading for the sidewalk there as well. Inside, we've got all sorts of finish work from floor tile, wall tile, painting, ceilings are going in, electrical fixtures are starting to be installed. The gym floor is starting to be installed as well. The subfloor is in. I'll show you a photo of that. The basketball hoops are up. It's just a whole magnitude of work. Every time I've gone in that building, which is a couple times a week, the progress is just is moving along quite well. With regards to the FF&E activities, I talked to our FF&E coordinator, and I've seen emails that have gone back and forth between her and Jamie. I know the purchase orders are being arranged and sent out for deliveries. We anticipate our deliveries to start the first week of July. In speaking with Allison, who's our coordinator, there's 4 furniture deliveries. There's 4 vendors that will be delivering for student furniture, teacher furniture, etc. And then we'll be coordinating with the district on the delivery of furniture that's being reused from other schools. As far as technology goes, same thing. We are coordinating with the issuing of POs for the quotes, etc. That's ongoing. We anticipate those deliveries again coming in as of the July 1 completion date. I can tell you, and Josh, you may have the numbers, but we looked at our budget, and our budget seems to be for the FF&E and technology that we are a little bit under budget, so we're in really good shape there, and have met all the requests. With regards to some photos, a lot of the photos have kind of just kind of update. So just seeing how they're cleaning up the corridors, you can see the ceiling grid going in with some panels already installed at the sprinkler head locations. They've been installing lockers in the corridors, double tier, nice gray, goes with the tile. You see the wall tile there on the left, which protects all of the exposed walls from damage, easier maintenance for Sean and his team, and provides a nice durable look to the building. So once again, typical classroom update. The flooring has been installed, so they've got protection paper down. They'll be doing their final cleanup and waxing in June. You can see the tack boards and marker board. There's a gap between the two for their large touchscreen display that will act as part of their teaching wall that gets connected to the teacher computers. The casework with the sink, tall storage units at the entry wall, and all the way to the right, which is kind of outside the picture view, is cabinet storage under the windows. As you see, the lights have started to be installed. Ceiling tiles are being put in place where sprinkler heads exist. Our engineering consultants have been out to do what we call above ceiling inspections. So we're inspecting all the work, make sure it's complete, it's installed per the documents prior to closing up the ceilings and getting that finished up as well. Outside, quick picture, you can see the binder course that has gone down with the curbing. This is the parking lot on the north side, which faces Beach Street. You can see the equipment kind of working down in the dingle area, getting grading going, prep work. They've been pouring concrete for sidewalks, seat walls that are in the front of the building with planters. And those are the pictures I have. Everything else has been pretty much the same that you've seen, but that's kind of been the new work that's been ongoing. They are installing the water line update and connection that was requested by the city on Chapin Street. That work has started. The local neighbors have been advised, etc. So we haven't heard any issues of that work going on so far. They're trying to, make sure that they're coordinating with the neighbors for ease of access in and out of their properties. So work continues. Things are going well. Our inspections have not found any deficiencies at this point. The workmanship has all been really good. Once we start seeing it getting cleaned up, we really start to see the shine on the inside. So 7 weeks to substantial completion. A lot of things going on, but we're making progress. So any questions? Mark?
Yeah, I have a question. Can we get an update on the windows? I know the last time we spoke, there were a few windows that had failed and you were continuing to test, how's that whole process going?
So good question, Mark. So the windows, as you may have known, we've had Pella's team out, the installer and the contractors looking at why some of them were failing. So they found that there was some missing sealant when they were installed. So Pella has a team out from their factory in Iowa as well as their West Springfield technicians. They are going through all the windows to make sure that the appropriate sealant has been installed and sealed. We've got 5 windows, I believe, slated for testing this coming Monday. And then we'll do some additional random testing to make sure that Pella has done all their due diligence and corrections where the contractor was missing some items. So that process has been ongoing. Pella's team's been on site for, I believe, a week and a half, 2 weeks now. I was speaking with them today when I was out there. They've assured me that the remediation process is going well. So once we've tested Monday, we're looking forward to some positive results. We'll then do some random testing to ensure consistency in those results, not just hey, we're going to test this and they do their due diligence, but to make sure Sean is and the district gets a school that we've got the results that we need, that they've all passed, they've met the requirements.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's been discussed, amongst yourselves or maybe Margaret, is a contingency plan if, what if these keep failing? What's the, to keep us on track for July or September opening,
Mhm.
have you guys talked at all about some sort of contingency if we need it?
Well, Mark, we've started discussions, but um, the windows that we've retested. So when Pella came out initially and started making these adjustments, where the missing caulking was, and we started retesting, we were getting positive results. So now the windows we're testing on Monday is we're required by contract that every 25% of windows installed, we test two windows, a fixed and an operable.
Yeah,
So the windows we're testing on Monday is the last portion of that contract required testing. So where Pella has come out and made some adjustments, we've gotten some positive results. So now that we made sure that they've gone through and checked and done, fixed every window that needed it. Um, if we get positive results now, we'll kind of random test. But Pella's confident that this is going to work. We've seen some positive results, but we haven't gotten into the specifics about contingency. We're waiting until Monday's test to make sure.
okay.
And then we'll bring Pella in and Fontaine once again, if need be, to say, we've got a school that's opening in August. What are we doing to make sure that this is taken care of?
Yeah, okay. I appreciate that update, and seems like the sealant was the culprit, so hopefully that's what
Yeah.
it was and everything's just gonna move forward. Appreciate it, Chris.
Yeah, you're very welcome. And Mark, just a little additional piece. The testing we do is really to exaggerate any
Yeah,
possible issues, right? It's not what I would call a normal rainy day condition, but it exaggerates, a high wind, a lot of water. We're putting 5 gallons a minute on these windows during these tests,
yeah,
and they consist of four 5-minute intervals. So it's an aggressive test to make sure that the install is the way it should be.
yeah. Thanks.
So you're welcome. Anything else? All right. Well, thank you.
And Chris, just to keep you on for a sec, I know that you did touch on FF&E. Would you mind providing just a little bit of an update around timeline for that?
Sure. For like deliveries, Josh?
Yep, deliveries. Yeah, pretty much just deliveries and the order of them.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. So deliveries will start after July 1st. Our consultant will be there when those deliveries arrive. Like I said, there's four major vendors that will be delivering a lot of furniture. Um, she will get the manifest, direct them where the furniture needs to go, make sure it's all accounted for, nothing's missing, back order, etc. Inspect to make sure it's not damaged, and then direct the vendors to remove all of their trash. So each day, and I don't have the specific dates, Josh, but I'll check up with Allison to make sure at the next meeting we have that. But it'll be like in the first 2 to 3 weeks of July. They'll come in the front door. There'll be large tractor trailer trucks. They'll come in, they'll use the elevator when need to. The elevator will have protection pads, and they will direct them to place this furniture in its proper room, spaced out accordingly per the furniture plans. So Sean's team should not have to come in and rearrange anything. The teachers will probably come in and set up the way they want when they first come in. But everything will be deployed to the appropriate rooms. The trash will be removed. We'll make sure nothing's damaged. We will check off if anything's damaged, have it removed, note it, um, and just account for all the quantities and make sure nothing's on back order. With the equipment will be a little bit different. So the equipment will probably come in, we'll put it into a specific room. Once the deliveries have been made, Allison comes in and once again goes through everything, make sure it's been delivered, it's in order, etc. And then we'll get that deployed to the specific rooms as well. And then, Sean, correct me if I'm wrong, but the district will be coordinating their existing furniture move into a specific location, then into the classrooms with anything that's coming in on that side.
Yeah, that's correct. Right as July 1st comes and we can get in there. Yep, we have a full team put together that will be doing that.
Right. So on the technology side, same scenario. We will have a room that will able to be locked. The vendors will come in, they will deliver their furniture, check it off to make sure all the items have been delivered, and they're going to put it into a locked room. Once everything's been delivered, they will come back and deploy it, install the touch screens on the walls, deploy the phone systems, the computer systems, printers, etc., in all the rooms, connect them, and then check connectivity, make sure everything's working. I believe they're working with the district's IT staff to make sure that all software will be loaded and all interaction is complete. So that's going to be taking place again in the first few weeks of July, um, in preparation for when the staff comes in sometime in mid, I think August. Everything should be working. We can do our training where needed and go from there.
Great.
Okay.
I think next up was Erin on the update on the logo. I know she had to step off. I don't know if anybody else can give that update or we can just pass right by it.
Yeah, Mark, are you looking at the May 8th agenda or the
Well, I
minutes
thought
from
I
the previous?
was, unless I printed off the old one. Look at that, I printed off the old one.
Not too much difference, but
Except the logo was not there, right?
yeah.
On the new one.
Well, the next thing on our list then is just I want to give you guys a little bit of a look at where the budget stands for FF&E. And give me just a sec here. I'll share my screen. Okay. Is everybody able to see this?
Yeah.
All right. So this is just a very high level overview for everybody to see, but we're in very good shape with this. This isn't exact. There might be a little bit of a difference with the very few things that we have left, but that difference should be in the hundreds of dollars, maybe a couple thousand at most. But for the most part, this is where we've landed. We were under budget by over $200,000. The breakdown up here. So I know Jamie isn't on, but huge shout out to her for helping with this process, getting all the POs in order and sent out. But we're very pleased with how this turned out here.
I just have a quick question. As we were kind of, sharpening our pencils when we were looking at all the areas of the project, was there anything in technology that was maybe taken out early? And now that we're under, could maybe be looked at as really needed and put back in? I don't know the answer to that. I don't know if that's been talked about at all.
I'd have to go back and check, Mark, but I think the technology and FF&E, I think everything has been procured that was requested.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we may have adjusted some budgets. I know we did very early on, understanding that MSBA's allotment is not
Yeah.
really meeting the district needs. But so yeah, once we went through everything, I think our estimates were very conservative in thinking that we might be a little bit over. But once we start getting actual quotes and the things came in as Josh showed you, things came in very favorable. So.
Okay.
That works out. Anthony?
Yeah, I think part of that is we just purchased brand new devices across the entire district this year, so there wasn't a need to purchase any student or teacher devices this year. So we pretty much have everything we need for next year in technology.
Any other questions about FF&E, any budget related stuff, or about the main project? All right, so the last item here is just a quick timeline for move-in. And as Chris stated, the furniture, equipment, technology delivery will be in July, starting July 1st and going through the first few weeks of July. We expect to have everything set up and ready for administration to move in starting August 11th and teachers on the 13th. Our ribbon cutting is scheduled for Thursday, August 14th, and the rain date for the following day, Friday the 15th. And then the first day of school will be the 25th of August. So that's an overview and our upcoming meetings. Continuing on with the second Thursday of each month, the next one will be June 12th, followed by July 10th, and then August 14th. That brings us to the end of our agenda here. Any other questions or comments?
It's not a question, but I just want to let you know that the staff will be coming together on June 4th. Sean Sheedy and I are going to lead the new staff of New Peck through a building tour. They are super excited. The principal, Kevin McGrath, has been doing a lot of work with them together. He's been spending Wednesdays at Metcalf School, and he is currently the principal of STEM School to ensure that everybody's on the same page. So I'm really excited for June 4th. I feel like that's going to make it real for this staff, and that's going to be a great day.
Nice.
Yeah, Jacqueline, if I could just make a recommendation. I know some people here have been on the tour. Appropriate shoes, just, attire, that, because it's still technically a construction site. There's still some things going on, but
Yep.
just for everybody. Perfect.
And we, I think Aaron has really helped us out with the schedule. It's a large group, so we're going to go in 2 waves. But yes, if anybody from the middle school building would like to come, I think you could just let Aaron or I or Chris know, and then we can ensure that, you're accounted for.
All right. That takes us to the end here. So could we please get a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All right. All in favor? All right. Thank you all so much.
Have a great night, everyone.
Take care.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Happy early Mother's Day, everybody.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.